Hi everyone, and welcome to a quick demo of the BTS practice bots. Today I'm going to show you a conversation with a bot, then I'll show you the reporting that we provide from the conversations and how we build them. So to get started, today I'm going to have a sales discovery conversation with Olivia Silva, who is the Chief Growth Officer at Purple Fork Foods, which make healthy, ready-to-eat meals. So let's get started. Hi Olivia, how are you doing today?
Hi there. Nice to connect. I've got a few minutes, so happy to talk.
Great. Well, thanks for joining the meeting, Olivia. Um, would you mind introducing yourself to get started?
I'm Olivia Silva, Chief Growth Officer at Purple Fork Foods. My focus is on driving strategic growth and ensuring we're aligned across the business to deliver results. I'm interested in hearing more about how you think we might work together.
Perfect. Well, what would you like to get out of the meeting today?
I'm here to explore how your solution could contribute to our growth targets. Specifically, I'm interested in innovative approaches that align with our brand and can scale effectively. What do you have in mind?
Well, in terms of the agenda, I think I would like to treat this as a discovery call. So perhaps we can start by talking a little bit about the results that you're looking to achieve more specifically, and then we can see how our solutions might be able to align to them. Does that work for you?
Sure, that works. We're targeting a 15% market share growth. To achieve this, we're focused on expanding our retail footprint, enhancing our digital presence, and improving customer retention. I'm interested in solutions that can help us meet these goals efficiently.
Great. So I'll just end the call there. This conversation is designed to be about 15 to 20 minutes long, and we don't have enough time for that today. But hopefully that was enough to give you a feeling for what the interaction is like and the sort of background profiles we can build for the bots. So once the analysis is complete, I land on this screen here. You can immediately see that I've got a score of about 33 out of 100. So there's clearly a bit of room for improvement in my discovery skills. In this case, what we've done is we have built a custom scorecard to score the call against the rope discovery model. But this is completely customizable. We can set up scorecards for any sales methodology you can think of. Um, in this case, you can see that I've taken some time to establish some rapport. I did ask about the results the customer was trying to achieve, but I didn't complete any of the other steps in the sales process. So you can see here that I've got quite a low score of 33 out of 100. And if I got this kind of score, I would want to go back and immediately practice again to see if I can master the conversation. If people are using it in this way, we're also collecting all of the data, and we can see what the improvements are over time and the aggregate results. So let's take a look at that over here in My Progress. So when I click on the My Progress tab, I can see an overview of all the different bots that I've been practicing with and how I'm progressing over time. In this case, the dotted red line represents the average scores across all the bots. But in this case, I'm just interested in looking at how I'm performing on my sales discovery calls. So here I can immediately see that I've used the bot 6 times and I have been getting steadily better each time that I've used it. And if I scroll down here, I can see the aggregate results across all of my attempts with this bot. So here I can see that I'm doing okay across the bot. There's clearly still quite a bit of room for improvement, but there's one area in particular that I need to work on, which is booking next steps at the end of the call. So if I was looking at this results, I would know what is my main area of improvement that I can focus on the next conversation with the bot or also with the customer. And if we like, I can also share this with my manager so they can use this as input to my coaching conversations. Now, in addition to providing results on an individual user level, we also provide the results, the aggregate results across all the different users. So let's take a look at that next. Now, one of the most common challenges we hear from L&D and sales enablement leaders is that they're struggling to measure the impact of the training. And this is something that the bots are super good at. So what we're looking at here is the company profile page that shows you the aggregate results across all the people that are using the bots. So in this case, what I've done is I've assigned that discovery bot to about 100 different sales reps, and they've been using the bot, and I can then see what are the aggregate results across everybody that's using it. So here I can see how often the bots are being used, and I can see that that on average, people are steadily improving the more times they use it. So I'm super happy with this result. Then what I can do is I can drill down to see what are the average scores across all those different scorecard items. And I can see immediately that most people are doing quite well across all the different areas, but there's one area for improvement that is pretty consistent across the entire group. So it looks like most people are actually struggling to ask relevant follow-up questions based on the customer's responses. So this is clearly something that people either haven't understood from my training, or maybe they've forgotten it. But either way, I need to go back and I probably need to do a refresher on this point because everyone's struggling with the same thing. Now, if I want to diagnose what's going wrong here, I can also drill down into the results by different groups. So I can set up different teams by region or department. And here I'm immediately able to see that Germany and the UK are doing quite well, but the US is lagging a little bit behind, just slightly. If I want, I can then drill down into that group. So what I can immediately see is that most people are performing pretty well, but it looks like it looks like Jess is slightly underperforming with the rest of the team. So I might want to reach out to her or a manager to see how we might be able to help her. And of course, we can also look at the average results across the whole team as well. So now we've looked through the reporting. What I'd like to show you next is how to build the bots. One of the coolest things about these bots is just how customizable they are. We can build bots for literally any scenario you can think of. We can give them any personality, and we can customize the way that the conversations are being scored and how we're grading performance in the conversations. What I'd like to do now is just show you the bot creation process. To build a bot, we need some context around the scenario of the conversation, a bit of background of what led up to the conversation, and some information about the character, the profile, and how we want it to act in the role play. Now, to build the bot, we provide 3 different ways to do this. The first way is that you can come in here and you can fill out the context by typing into these boxes. But we also provide 2 other ways to make this a bit simpler than filling it out line by line. The second option we have is that we also allow you to upload knowledge repositories. So pretty much every customer we're working with already has a bunch of PDFs, PowerPoints, Excel spreadsheets lying around that they've used for training, and we allow you to load this into the bot. When you load a knowledge repository into a bot, what it does is it reads through all of that information and uses it to fill in these boxes to train the bot. So you can see here it's now provided, it's taken from those documents to fill out the context, the scenario, the case study, and is even giving the bot a character. So what this means is that now, rather than completing all these sections one by one, I'm now just in the role of an editor where I can tweak the bot to make sure it's acting the way I want. Some of the fun changes that we can make is that we can choose between different avatars with different voices.
Then there's the joy of trying something.
Then there's the joy of
And we can also change the languages. So there are 52 languages you can choose from. And once you're happy with that, you can preview the bot up here. So you can preview it using text, or you can preview it using audio. Oliver.
Hola, gracias por conectarte. Tengo algunos minutos, así que feliz de conversar.
So that's 2 of the ways we can build a bot. The third way is that we also provide a GPT, which allows you to build the bot from scratch or make changes in a question and answer format. Personally, I find this even easier just because you can just use it to fill everything out using plain language. So here, if I wanted to change the language to Chinese, I can just ask it to do this here. So that's all for the demo today. Hopefully by now you have a good understanding of what the interactions are like, what the reporting looks like, and also the process we go through to build a bot. So either we can build the bots for you, or we have a self-service platform that you can build them yourself. Thanks for listening to the demo, and if there's any questions, please feel free to reach out.